I come from an artistic family. Like, my dad was a commercial artist, so it was always sort of on my radar to do art. Like, not a thing that I sort of discovered. As far back as I can remember, as a child, I always pictured myself being an artist when I grew up. It was always just a part of kind of how I saw the world or how I identified. My name's Trevor Warshin. I'm an artist here in Kitchener-Waterloo. I've been working out of Globe Studios here for, I guess, about 5 or 6 years now. I was an illustrator and a cartoonist. I'm a printmaker and a painter and an installation artist. Some days the most exciting thing for me is to know that I've got time to go walk around and have a cup of coffee and just sit. That's an important part of personal life and creative life. I think I'm still sort of learning what my artistic goals are. I had to sort of teach myself to motivate a bit. But that's probably the piece of advice I would want to give myself looking back now is to learn to motivate yourself at a younger age. And I think if I had thought about it at that age to challenge myself. Happiness is great for its moments. Happiness happens in moments. There's definitely a great value to happiness, even if happiness is just moments. Happiness for me happens when I go to the beach with my son. These times where I can just be in the moment and just enjoy that moment, that happiness is great. Whereas fulfillment is something you can work towards. You can create your own fulfillment. I mean, that's why I make art, why I do the things that lead to happiness, is because I'm working towards this fulfillment and that these moments occur. Fulfillment is something I probably consider more than happiness because it is a thing that I feel is self-driven. Right? I can only achieve fulfillment if I work towards it. Artistic success is always like a questionable thing, right? Like, too often society views artistic success as monetization, right? How much money are you making as an artist? Are you making a living as an artist? Do you make enough that you don't have to do other things? You could be a very successful artist without actually making any money from your art. There's other factors, there's other reasons for making art, and that's what sort of makes making art valuable. It's valuable on personal levels. It's valuable from an emotional standpoint, from an intellectual standpoint, things like that. I don't think I've made the work that I will be remembered for, and I don't know what that is. I mean, I feel like all the work I do is sort of building towards something. Like, there's a feeling when you get closer to that thing you need to do, but it's not always there. It ebbs and flows. It feels closer and then it feels further away.
What's the best and what's the worst thing about being an artist?
Being able to self-motivate and having to self-motivate. It's again, it's that, the flip side, the two sides of the coin. It's always important. The best thing about being an artist is having the freedom to self-motivate. But the worst thing about being an artist is having to self-motivate. When I wake up in the morning feeling excited for the art that I'm going to make, that's definitely when I know I'm making the right kind of art. Happiness in life isn't always about being happy about the art I'm making. I love watching people look at a piece for a while and figure it out. What am I doing that's causing the change in the lights and that sort of thing? And whether they come away from it in a positive or negative way, they've invested in it and they've actually taken it in on an internal level. And that's a thing that doesn't always happen with art. I love to see people discussing my work too, and there are people debating the meaning of a piece. And that to me is what I want. That's my intention, or that's my contribution to the meaning of the piece, is that it means different things to different people.